What's up? It's your boy Malcolm.
It's Morgan.
And it's your boy Liam.
And we are
The Black View.
First of all, we want to give a shout out to everybody who watched our first podcast that we had. We've been hearing so many great things from people. We love y'all and thank y'all so much. Have y'all been hearing anything good from us going on YouTube?
Yes. I sent it out to, of course, my friends and my family. Of course, family's going to just watch it regardless.
Always.
So it's just like hearing their takes on it. And then it's just like hearing like my friends now just, and even y'all, like y'all started like quoting me and stuff. So I'm just okay, that was funny. So I'm really glad. Like, and I feel like the visual, like now that we're upgraded to a visual, y'all can like really see how lively we are and get to connect with us. So I'm happy.
Baby, time is had in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so come check us out on YouTube and on Spotify, y'all. We're video and audio, so we're all the above.
Yeah.
And actually, Liam and I had a chance to go on our editor, Kendall, who was on our first episode, her new show tonight. And the time was had on there, too.
Yes, we had a good time.
So, y'all, we are popping on YouTube, y'all. Even though we love for y'all to hear us on Spotify, please check us out on YouTube to actually see what actually really goes on in these rooms. And let's jump into some hot topics, y'all. Look, the Democrats dominated.
Sure
did.
Y'all, this was the first year I didn't cry on my birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Morgan, right?
Thank
Scorpio,
you. My
happy
birthday's
belated
November
birthday.
4th. My birthday's election day. My mom always said like she went and voted before she went and into labor with me. She like always has a video of me that she puts up there, and it's just like, if you want to get me a birthday gift, the best birthday gift you can get me is to go out and vote.
It makes so much sense. If y'all really know Morgan, her to be born on election day just makes so much sense.
That does make so much sense.
The liberation, the activism, the
Hello.
calling it like it is.
Hello.
It's like even though she was already here for a purpose, her purpose is to make sure that we actually get out and vote.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Born to be a leader.
Hello. Thank y'all. You see, like love, appreciation,
Yes,
love,
appreciation.
support.
Supporting each other.
So between New York City, the state of Virginia, New Jersey, Detroit, like a lot of people, in my mind, I'm not even from any of those places, but I was really rooting for those people to make sure that they got some good leadership in. Because it's critical, y'all.
Yeah.
It's big. How did y'all feel about election night?
I was really happy. I'm a California resident, so the only thing I had to vote for was Proposition 50, and
it
that
passed.
passed. Thank God. I know there's been a debate over Prop 50, but like if Texas is going to be redistricting, let's let California do it, because I'm tired of the Democrats always trying to please the Republicans. So like Prop 50 passing felt kind of like I was going to say an FU to them. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but more of
It's fine.
like just saying like, oh, we're not just going to bend over backwards for you every single time. We're going to stand our ground. And I really just want the Democrats to keep on standing their ground, because next year we got the midterms, and those are so important. So this election very much is paving the way for the very, very big election that is happening next year, y'all.
Look, especially with this government shutdown going on for, a month now?
Oof.
These people better hope that they even have jobs when it comes to these midterm elections next year. So keep note of that, y'all.
And I really want everybody to just really think, about the importance of a midterm election at a time like this, because it's like, we've literally seen this week that a lot of people are not happy with the state of this country.
No.
And that's great. We need to be we need to have that feeling of uncomfortable. Like this isn't supposed to happen. Like people shouldn't have to think eating and being able to not live paycheck to paycheck is a luxury, because it's not that. And so I just really want everyone to just come together and get out and vote in their midterm election, because if we show our disapproval for the people that are in these offices, not like Donald Trump, people that are in Donald Trump's cabinet, all of those people who support the things that are bringing our communities down and just making the lives of working class citizens just HE double hockey sticks, to say the less. Like we can get him out of office, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, and everything that's been going on, like we can eventually force them to put people in these seats, and we can put the people we want to see in these seats. So get out and vote if you haven't. But
Right. The power of voting was shown because we had, the state of Georgia and the state of Mississippi, in my mind, two very, very racist states, were able to flip two of their, I believe it was county representatives, to not only Democrats, but black people, though, too. So like, and it said 2 million people voted in this New York City mayoral election. People are really seeing the power of voting. I don't know what it is. I don't know, what's really striking up the fire, but keep it going, y'all. If it could happen on November 4th, 2025, it could happen on November 4th, 2026, or whenever the next midterm, whatever date the midterm election is going to go, because we got Keisha Lance Bottoms running for governor in Georgia that's going to be on the ballot. We have U.S. Senate seats going up in all different states. We really need this, y'all, and it's so critical. And they're scared. I think it was Mike Johnson that said if, the Democrats flip, that they Trump's going to have 2 years instead of 4.
That's fine.
Who's crying?
Who's crying?
And
Not
that's
me.
fine by me.
Because even then, I'm just looking at. Y'all know I'm from a very, very, very Republican state, from Indiana.
Yeah.
So me over here, I'm celebrating the fact that Virginia has got their first woman governor. What else? Detroit has their first
Woman mayor.
right.
mayor,
In
yeah.
324 years of the
And
city being
then
a city.
our guy Mondami,
Yeah, that's the big one right
Zoran
there.
Kwame Mondami,
That's my mayor, y'all. I don't even live in New York, but that's my mayor.
That's my mayor. Like, I'm really, really, really just excited to see someone in office that actually is for the people. And I've seen like this clip of a journalist asking Bernie Sanders, how do you feel about like a democratic socialist like being elected into office? And so then he was just like, he literally said, y'all do not understand what socialism is for y'all to just be throwing that word
Right.
out left
Yeah.
and right. He's just like, at the end of the day, this is someone who is for the people, and he's doing what the people need and what the
Yes.
people want. So this is what we need in our politicians. Like, y'all, doesn't matter if he's Republican, Democrat, socialist, whatever, as long as he's going into these places and he's talking to the people and hearing them and actually going to back his word up. That's all I can say.
Right.
If he can back what he's saying, then go on ahead. I don't see the problem. But it's like, look at Donald Trump. He told us what he was gonna do. And he backs it up every single time. I don't know why we didn't believe it. So it's just like, hey, it is what it is. But I'm excited to see how like everything's gonna unfold for just the Democrats, honestly.
I'm bucked up, y'all. And shout out to Sharon Owens, the first Black mayor of Syracuse.
Yeah.
And Dorsey
Yes.
Aplaris. I'm going to check to make sure that's how you pronounce her last name. Was a member of Delta Sigma Theta and was and was elected the first Black mayor of Albany, New York, y'all. Shout out to everybody, especially our Black kings and queens who showed out in the polls.
So a big blue wave, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and so going on to our next topic, something that has been on everybody's mind is this very long-lasting government shutdown, which is right now the longest government shutdown in history, surpassing Trump's previous government shutdown in the past in his first term. And me and other people all across America are being very much impacted by this government shutdown. I am somebody who very much relies on EBT and food stamps to
Shout
be
out
able
to
to
EBT.
pay
Yeah,
for groceries
snap.
and to feed myself. So having my EBT be delayed is extremely frustrating. How is the government shutdown treating y'all?
It worries me, not only because of EBT and for it being the holiday season, but I think about people who actually work for the government.
Yeah.
Not just TSA workers, but people who are attorneys for the government, people who literally give their lives for the government, have to literally go to work every day and not be able to bring home a paycheck to provide for their families. We see these people literally give their lives just like any other job. And the fact that they have to just go and just deal with it and keep coming back and they're promised back pay, but like, okay, that sounds good, but people still have to go to work every day and still be like, when is it going to end? Like, people are really, really thinking we're in our last days. And I'm like, we shouldn't even be thinking this.
Long story short, because y'all know I can ramble and go on and on and on. For anyone who genuinely believes that it is okay to take food out of the mouths of hungry children and pregnant women and these shelters that are feeding these families, you are a sick human being.
Agreed.
150 million
And
percent.
you deserve to be in the lowest part of a jail, under the jail, actually. you do not deserve happiness. Because it's just like, at the end of the day, I think about it like this. Even Tupac said it, like, if you can't respect the pinpoint of life, which is women, you wouldn't be here, man or woman, without a woman.
Preach.
So the fact that you want to take WIC away, women, infant, children, that's sickening to me. Like, SNAP, it helps a lot of college students. It helps a lot of families. But it's just like, and I'm not going to lie, y'all, us as a Black community, we know it's not even just, we just getting food with SNAP. Let's call a spade a spade. Like, yeah, they're taking it away because they're like, oh, well, they're doing this and that with it. Exactly, because it's just like, I'm sorry, that's one of the only like ways of income that we consistently get.
Correct.
Like, we work in these government jobs. Say, I know a lot of people who work at the airport. They not getting paid right now. They would have relied on EBT. To probably go get their hair done, probably go get a haircut, go get their nails done, get this done, get that, and or go get some clothes, or even like, yeah, food like is literally one of the it's a way of currency. The same way that like you take away like money from a job, like same thing. So I'm just like, me, yes, I rely on EBT just because I'm a college student and I like to cook my own food, but I'm more thinking about like my friends who are mothers. Like, let's call it. I'm also 22. Like, I have friends who are starting families, and they also rely on these things. I have 2 nieces that I love. Like, I don't want to have to think about, oh, when are they going to get their next meal? Especially around Thanksgiving.
Right.
Especially around Christmas. Absolutely unacceptable. No matter what your belief is about government assistance,
right,
taking food from women and babies, no.
We live in America. There is over 40 million people that rely on SNAP benefits in this country.
And are not just Black.
Not just Black.
Let's cut that stereotype. Let's throw that stereotype and put it into the trash.
Because there would never be something just for Black people.
Hello.
If it only benefited us, it wouldn't even exist. So all y'all people thinking, oh, they doing this and that. Child, them little white people over there, they getting it too. They're proud.
Something we should be talking about is that many of our government workers are Black women. The unemployment rate at the moment for Black women is at a high, and this government shutdown is contributing to that. Let's focus on the fact that so much of the government work in this country is done by Black women, and they are being very much impacted by this government shutdown.
And even then, like, what happened to being a good neighbor? Like, just going out and lending a helping hand. So if you can, I just want, and at a point in time like this, even though I know it's hard to give food, gatherings actually would be the best thing.
Yeah.
Everybody just doing pitch-ins, doing like a little bit of something. If you can contribute one thing. So I'm calling on every single college student. If you're gonna be in LA, let's do a big old like Thanksgiving potluck. Like,
put on the music and let's just cook and let's celebrate life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryan, who actually encouraged his parishioners to not give money to the church, but give money to local food banks and stuff like that. So shout out to the pastors who are doing that. And let's talk about the fact of how this judge then told this man to give full benefits. He said he was going to get half. The judge told him he has to do full. And this man keeps going back and forth with the judicial system. Like, do you not understand the branches of government?
No,
and when a judge tells you to do something, you do it.
You just asked the man who said, I met with the president of Puerto Rico.
Who is you?
You just asked him, do you understand the judicial system? No.
That man don't know nothing.
No, he don't.
Did you shake your hand? Did you shake your own hand when you met the president of Puerto Rico?
I really want to know, who did they bring up? Was it Jocelyn Hernandez? Was it the Puerto Rican princess? Please let me know. Please let me know. Is that who you talked to? Damito. Yeah,
okay.
Shout out to Jocelyn.
Right.
Oh, and speaking of things outside of the United States in business, we are sending our love, prayers to our friends and family in Jamaica as they recover from Hurricane Melissa. Shout out to our Caribbean Student Association who are doing the work doing so many fundraisers between food and making sure that their names are known, throwing so many great gatherings, not only to spread cultural awareness, but to bring back resources to where their families come from, even if it's from 1,000 miles away.
The same way that we wanted people to go out and help our friends and family who were affected by Hurricane Katrina, like
Yes.
just because we're across the globe doesn't mean we all the same. We all the same melanin. So
Because we like to go to Jamaica
Right.
and tan in the sun.
we like to be in a space, so let's help them out. Like, come on, y'all, let's do what we need to do as the Black diaspora.
Yes.
So yeah.
And I know, like, to piggyback off your point, a lot of the time we focus on news that is just in America, but the stuff that happens all over the world is also important because, like you said, we gotta start being more nice to our neighbors. We're all, at the end of the day, humans, and we shouldn't just sit there and, like, take a blind eye to catastrophes that are currently going on, especially because Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, they have less resources than America. So when we have hurricanes, we have more resources for the cleanup, but these countries in the Caribbean, they don't have that. So getting support from countries like America is very, very, very important and crucial. So just once again, shout out to CSA for the work that they're doing for the countries in the Caribbean that have been impacted by Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah.
Especially with these predominantly Black countries. I think about how people are still recovering from Katrina 20 years later. So I hope that it's not the same thing for Jamaica, but just understanding that we all need help. Trying times, but we all need help.
Amen.
Yeah. And to go on to our next big segment of the day, the bigger question, we are going to talk about a current topic that has risen in conversation after the release of the documentary, which could possibly get some Oscar buzz in early 2026, The Good Neighbor. So, what is everybody's thoughts?
Can I go first, y'all?
Please.
Because I'm the one who actually brought this idea
Yes.
to y'all. So let's give our viewers some context.
Yes.
shall we?
Yes, please.
So I really forget the town, but I'm
in Florida, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
it's a
you.
Florida town.
I'm scrolling on Netflix, and I'm a big documentary head. Like, I'm a journalist, so of course I love true crime documentaries. Of course I love everything just informational. Child, fluster my words. So I'm scrolling, and I first seen it on TikTok, and I seen someone talking about it, and they called it black trauma porn. And so I was confused because when I was reading the stories, I was just like, wait, this isn't black trauma porn. I'm like, it's not porn. Like, I'm confused. Why are we calling it that? And so when I keep reading these comments, people are saying, no, Netflix just likes to pretty much Netflix gets off on black trauma or just trauma in general to just small minority groups. Like, they get off on that. And just like how they're just pushing out true crime documentaries and like not really giving the full context of the story and not really like putting highlight on the things that they're supposed to be putting highlight on. It's just, it was not appealing to the black community. So what did I go do? I go gain my own opinion and I go watch the film. So I'm on Netflix. I'm going eating my popcorn, and I see this white woman. This elderly white woman, probably like 50, 60 years old, who doesn't like kids. I personally am one of those people. I hate seeing young children on a phone. I hate seeing them strictly on an iPad. So if I can actually see children going out in the street and playing, go out in some grass, playing football, like jumping rope, actually being active, being a normal kid, the things that we used to do in our childhood.
Right, how you think we grew up? Right.
Like, I love seeing those things, but this white woman, she can't stand the sight of black happiness, especially children's laughter. So there's this open field next to her house. I even forget the white woman's name. I'm so sorry.
I think it's Susan
quote unquote doctor
Lawrence.
something. Yeah, Dr. Susan.
It's I'm not even gonna call her a doctor. She's in
Right.
prison. But Susan
Right.
Lawrence. Susan Lawrence. I believe.
Something with an L.
Susan Lawrence.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, so pull up the names for me so we can figure that out. But pretty much and so there's this patch of land next to these houses, and mind you, these are rental homes.
Yeah,
So
Susan Lawrence. Yeah.
Susan Lawrence. So these are rental homes that she's living in. So it's just like the patches of land in between, they don't own. Nobody owns. So kids were just going out and playing in that patch of land. And so that she would always just make a fuss. You guys can't play over here. You guys can't play over here. Okay, they went back and forth with parents multiple times. She kept calling the police on kids. Like, I just don't understand the concept of calling the police on children in general. Like, if I hear some children playing and it's 5:00 in the afternoon, oh well, like you live in a residential neighborhood, like there's gonna be kids. And so pretty much the kids keep playing, and so then there's this black mother,
AJ.
And she said she never really got into it with her because she knows like this white woman just don't like us. Kept calling the police on them. And so one day, fast forward, I'm really bum rushing the story, y'all, because there was a lot in between, but this is the main point. But fast forward, Susan, she takes AJ's son's like skates. iPad.
Yeah.
It was an iPad. And so they go back to the house to, the little boy. He's like, hey, like, she took my iPad. Goes, I guess, like the brother was trying to go and get the iPad back, and that didn't work either. So of course they had to go get their mom. So they go and get their mother, and she comes. I'm not gonna lie, any parent, you take something from my kid, I'm coming in hot. Like, I don't even think that's like a black woman thing. I think that's just any parent, period, across the board. So she comes in, she bangs on the door 3 times. It's not like she keeps bang, 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 stops, and then bang, bang, bang. No, like she only bangs on it 3 times, and she says, you have my kid's iPad, let's just talk, just give me the iPad back. And so then she's standing outside a door. Mind you, it's a screen door, and then there's another door behind the screen door. Y'all, she calls the police. She calls the police and says, this woman is scaring me. She's banging outside my house. And so then she's like, okay, the police are on the way. Not even, like, what was it?
2 minutes
later, she shoots the woman through the door and kills that woman.
And calls them back, yeah.
And calls the police back and says, I shot her in self-defense. No, that's not self-defense. That woman was not scared to you. And it's just blood, like it boils my blood, because the reason why I now see it's Black trauma porn is because Netflix had 2 choices in this. We can really highlight this white woman, or we can highlight this Black family.
Yeah.
And what they decided to do was they kept showing it's strictly from body cam, so I kind of understand it too. So they keep showing body cam footage of like the police just interacting with her, the police escorting her home, the police escorting her just to different places because the people in the neighborhood saying that she's a terrible person. She is a terrible person.
Right.
She's a murderer.
She's a murderer. She took these kids' mother away. And so Susan, these white woman tears, like talking about I can't do it. I can't go to jail. And then the police sat there and said, you're going to have to go. I'm telling you, that part right there, I paused it. Because we all know dang well.
Have we been black?
If roles was reversed,
110%. Yes. We already know what's about to happen.
they would have snatched that Black woman up. They wouldn't have
thrown
even
her out the room.
They would have beat her, would have turned off them cameras.
I'm
We don't know
not
what
gonna
type
lie.
of
She
stuff.
got to go home after she shot her dad. She got to go home.
It's crazy.
Which is crazy. If it was anybody else, that Black woman would have been in jail that night. That Black man would have been in jail that night. That Latino person would have been in jail that night.
Yes.
So it's just sickening to me to see how this white woman got so many passes. So many passes. Like, even then, the community is saying, lock her up. The police took their time.
Yes.
Time. And then they showed this small clip of the two sons and the daughter just crying at the funeral. That's the only clip they showed of the Black family. That's the last clip you see of them in that show. Sickening. And it's just like, y'all just now telling me like the feedback of it. I'm gonna let y'all tell what y'all just told me.
Yeah.
Because that's absolutely terrible that this white woman, she probably, will she get like 2 to 5 years? Like
She got
25.
25 years.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We know dang well somebody else would have got life. Sorry.
And that's true. You're
Not
speaking
even
facts,
sorry.
though.
So go on ahead. Y'all can give the update.
And she was trying to, and a big argument on Susan's behalf was she was like, oh, because in Florida they have the stand your
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
We have that in Indiana too.
And in Louisiana.
And she tried to use that as a way of being like, oh, because I'm protected for the stand your ground laws, I shouldn't be able to go to prison. But girl, you shot through the door.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but even then, do y'all remember the part where they went on her computer and they found like her researching
Oh,
the
I forgot
laws?
about this. Thank you for mentioning that.
She was researching the laws on the stand your ground laws. Can I go to jail if I shoot?
Which makes it premeditated.
That's
Yeah, that makes
premeditated.
it premeditated murder. That's first degree, y'all.
So it was just sickening to me. And then to hear that she's trying to sue
the children for defamation.
the children. But y'all, that was sickening to me because y'all see in the documentary, she wrote a letter to the little boys
Yeah.
saying, I'm sorry I killed your mom.
And then she was like, but I was in fear for my life. Shut up. She didn't even, anyway, she didn't even go through the door. She was knocking and it was only 2 minutes. 2 minutes goes by so fast,
2
y'all.
minutes from
Only
the time
2 minutes.
from the time she originally called 911 to the time she shot her
And then
was
called
2
back.
minutes.
Right.
And then called back.
Child.
That's
Mhm.
it wasn't even like, okay, phone call and then the phone call ends and then it's 5 minutes. Like, no, it was dead. Phone call started, phone call ended, not even 2 minutes before she shot her. I in my head, I'm not gonna lie. I think as soon as she hung up the phone, pow, she shot her. Like,
Yeah.
simple as that. And yeah, so I'm
Yeah. I took this quote away from the documentary. This was from somebody who was protesting at the courthouse. The quote says, "A mother has lost her life for being a mother. Where is the justice in that?" I agree. Because I know, like you said, if it was my mama would have died for me that day. My mama would have been banging on that door. My grandma, like everybody who lived on that other side, like you could tell they were all so tight. That's how neighborhoods are. Like you said, they looked out for each other. You could tell that they had grown up together, even though if they rented each other. They looked out for people. And you could just tell that whole other side was something different. Even she rented that place from somebody. And even the owner of the property was like, I can't do anything about it. Like, why didn't the lady just leave?
literally, she kept saying to the police, I'm gonna move out, and never
didn't.
moved out.
These kids have lost a mother. They've lost trust in society. And now their trauma is all across the world, because I'm sure this is going viral now that it's been on Netflix.
Yeah.
And now these children have to live with for the rest. They didn't just hear it. They actually physically saw it for themselves that their mother was shot and killed by this woman. And go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No,
And
go
then
ahead.
I'm just so upset because seeing in the film and even afterwards, the fact that like they showed, it was like a small glimpse. They said that her son felt as if it was his fault.
Yes.
Think about that. Like as a grown woman who has been here longer than the child, longer than the mother was on this earth, you made him feel guilty for your action. He's literally, if only I just wasn't a kid, if only I wasn't just doing what kids do, my mom would be alive. That's a crazy statement. And it's just like, when do Black people get to just enjoy life?
Right.
It's always a constant back and forth of, oh, you can enjoy it a little bit, but not too much, because if you're having too much joy, that something
There's a
in this
problem.
world's gonna take it from you.
Correct. And when Reverend Al Sharpton, they had showed the clip of her funeral,
Yeah.
and he told the little boy, he said, your mother was showing you to not just take anything from anybody. And what I took from that was, when stuff like that happens and we see our parents fighting on our behalf, and it's not our fault. They're literally showing us that in times of oppression, you don't step back. You fight for it. And you think about all of our ancestors who literally were on the front lines fighting for us, who died for us. So in my mind, AJ is my hero.
Yes.
AJ fought to make sure that her kids could see another day because had it not been for her going to that door, I feel she would have shot one of those children.
Oh yeah,
I do feel she
110.
would've shot one of
Yeah,
those
she
little
would
boys.
have.
Especially because the older one, she had an older son who was like a little. I don't think he was that much older. He was maybe like 11,
Right. Yeah,
12.
they're all
That's the
still
oldest he
really
was.
young.
She would have shot that boy, and
Absolutely.
they would have tried to paint it as big little black boy doing
Right,
no.
loud.
Yeah.
And so then it's
He was a
just
thug, you know.
Yeah, and something that I just think is so crazy to me and so actually just disgusting and disturbing is that these are little kids and they're made out to be dangerous hooligans, and all they're doing is playing around.
playing football.
Playing football. All they're doing is having fun outside in the grass. And this white woman is going over here be like, oh, I'm in fear for my life by some little kids. No, the thing that you're in fear of is their skin color.
Literally. And then I just thought about this. And so I'm like, you literally were only scared of their skin color because there was like a little, she had like her niece or nephew over at her house. And then they said, the little kid said, they're mean to my auntie because she killed somebody. Oh, so you know what she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are very perceptive. So
Absolutely.
So it's like, no, you didn't even, it's not even like that you don't like kids. You don't like those kids.
Yes.
You don't like black kids. You don't like this little rowdy little, and it was maybe like one white girl, like one little white kid there.
Right.
So it was crazy to me.
And she was calling these little kids slurs as well.
yeah,
and
all
then
types of
in the
slurs.
body cam footage, not the body cam footage, but when she was being interviewed,
Mhm.
and the officer was asking her about the accounts of her calling the kids racial slurs because the adults were saying it, the kids were saying it,
Yeah.
everybody else was saying she was calling these little kids racial slurs. And then the police, they were like, oh, did you call these kids the N-word? And she was like, yes. But she was like, oh, I grew up and I thought it just meant like being dirty and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Girl, we know you're lying.
No, dang
What do you
well
mean? We know
lying.
damn well that you are lying, saying, oh, I thought it just meant you're dirty or acting a fool. Don't play dumb
So
right
then why
here.
didn't you just say acting a donkey? Like you could have called him anything
Right.
else. You could have said you're foolish, but you went for a slur. Okay. got
Personally, if I were anybody, if I was AJ's family, I would be suing the sheriff's department who
Mhm.
continued to come and didn't do anything about it all of that time. Because they came, I think they showed at least 6 or 7 times they actually came to that neighborhood and dealt with them.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. So
And
if
one of the
anything, they're
police officers
responsible
said
for it too.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He literally said, "Oh, this again, y'all. Go on ahead.
Right.
I'll handle it. I've been here before." Like, okay, so like were you gonna keep a log of this? Like this could potentially be something. And so it's just like I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. I really hope that the future, and because like going back to our conversation about the election, just the fact that we see like this small shift, even though it's a small, but it's a big shift at the same time, just in like the politics of this country and who can potentially be leading our states. Like, I want people to again think about the midterm elections and
Yeah.
like think just any election, honestly, like we need to be protecting our communities. And when we elect people into these offices and into these positions, we are asking them to protect our communities. I'm telling you, if they are not from your community, they have no idea how to protect your community whatsoever.
Preach. Oh, preach, preach, preach. Oh,
So
have mercy.
all these like people who are anti-intellectual, who don't like to talk about certain topics because it ruffles different feathers,
Transplants.
or literally they're just like that. I wasn't there during that time, or you just can't see the difference. History repeats itself
Yes.
until we literally want to decide to break the cycle. So we're going to keep seeing documentaries of Black mothers losing their lives, of Black boys losing their lives, of Black men losing their lives, until we decide that we're going to literally break the cycle of whatever is in this country's blood to that's just, yeah.
Because AJ wasn't just killed by Susan, she was killed by a system.
Yes.
Mhm.
I firmly believe if the races were swapped, the police would have been on Susan real quick from the get-go if the races were swapped and would have taken it more seriously. Because in the police's eyes, they didn't see Susan as that much of a threat because she's this poor older white woman. She lives by herself, blah, 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 even though she's harassing little kids. But they just played it off being just like, oh, okay, we'll just give her warning,
Just
blah,
an
blah,
annoying
blah.
white lady. Just
Another
old
annoying
lady.
little white lady, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody ends up getting killed. What now?
And takes it so lightly. Susan, I'm gonna have to put these handcuffs on you.
No, you're not. I can't do that. Babe. Ooh.
What you mean no?
Right.
Girl, get up. Girl, you know what you did.
Like, once you're Mirandized, you have nothing else to say.
Literally.
You go see a judge, and you go sit your behind in jail until your trial, unless you pay bond.
Because she literally murdered somebody. I don't understand why she wasn't left behind bars and for them to investigate and she was behind bars. They could have just done that. They do that for plenty of other cases that are even like less of a big deal.
Child.
I remember being a kid, and there was a case like this in Louisiana. I remember we actually protested the parish where this happened. And sometimes we need to go back to doing that. So wherever this happened,
Didn't I say that last episode?
Yeah.
Didn't I say we need to go back to, you see the same way they did
Yeah.
for Rosa? Rosa got arrested that night. The next morning, they were boycotting the buses. We need to go back to boycotting. We need to be putting feet to pavement.
I mean, I'm still boycotting Target, so I'm standing firm on that.
You're
I'm not going
gonna see
back,
me
right?
in there. Like, literally, this entire country runs on capitalism. They run on money, and we are the main people giving them their money.
Yes.
Cut it out. Start going back to what's in our blood. Standing up, saying no. We need to stop getting on that with each other,
Right.
and start getting on that with the people who literally are. This has nothing even to do with the topic, but we need to start getting on these billionaires, bro.
Yeah.
Like why? Like, why are
Oh, yeah.
like
I have
why-
a lot to say about this actually.
like y'all, we go segment into this, like, just like current topics that are just flaming on our brain now, I guess, because I seen another TikTok, and it's just like billionaires is a booming class right now, that there is someone who's trying to make another like a trillionaire, or like something bigger than a billionaire. And you know how long it's going to take for you to spend all of that money? 273 years for you to spend $1 billion.
That's crazy.
But we got people out here still relying on Snap. And why are we one of the only countries on this entire globe that does not have free healthcare? Sickening. Why are we one of the only countries who still allows people to walk around with ginormous guns just because? Like, anyone in Indiana can just get a gun now? It's sickening. We on the internet. We're on the internet going back and forth telling people, like, look at this thing with Huda and Alandria. And,
oh my God, I forgot about that drama.
And the slur. Why are people getting more and more comfortable being outwardly racist? Why are we going backwards? That's very sickening to me. And it's just like the fact that we have to tell these brands, oh, you need to drop her. Why? What happened to brand accountability that we learn about all day long, that Annenberg wants to teach you every single year? Like,
shout out to PR and advertising and journalism.
Literally.
Journalism,
So it's just
baby.
like, what is going on in this country? Like, I can't even say this. Like, we're on fire because it's been like this. It's like, when are we going to break the chains?
And going back to billionaires, there is no such thing as being an ethical billionaire. I'm tired of seeing that on my timeline. There's literally no such thing. I don't care about all of you Swifties being like, oh, but like Taylor, she made it on her.
Taylor don't care about you. She don't know your name.
She care about her money. That's why she's selling all these variants of that horrible. Oh, I'm just saying that horrible album.
Journalism, free speech. Hey, you can't clock
Right. The
me.
First Amendment is quoted by that because it's the most important amendment.
I'm Kayla Nicole Down. He wasn't man enough for me. Whatever the song.
Shout out to Tony Braxton.
Yeah. So, like, even then, like, people were talking about the multiple microaggressions that were in Taylor Swift's album. Why are we okay with being outwardly racist?
And why are we surprised?
The fact that we are getting comfortable with not being surprised that people are racist.
And it be all people being like, oh, they didn't mean all that. Child.
Child, you, girl.
Then what do they mean then?
The same ones that be all on the roll.
So in my PR 458 class, y'all know that's my political class,
Yep.
y'all.
Yeah, I was hearing some stuff.
Why do I think we got a coon in there, y'all?
No, don't say that.
Call out.
Wait, we gotta hear this.
So, I missed class one week, and one of my friends in my class was like, "The one week you didn't come to class, everyone wants to slander Kamala." I said, "Kamala who?" I said, my Kamala, like coconut tree Kamala. They said,
Mamala?
"Yeah, Mamala." They're like, "Yeah, like
The one time you're not in that class.
yeah, one time."
They knew.
Because, and that's what I said. They
Morgan
knew.
would have clocked them
They
real
knew.
quick.
They
They
knew. Y'all knew. Because as soon as one of those people wanted to fix their mouth and say Charlie Kirk had the same impact as the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.,
That's fighting words. Get up. Bust it out.
Yeah, we're going
and
backwards,
and then
y'all.
Bust it
and
out.
then
Bust it out.
Professor. Y'all, I don't think we're doing this from analysis space. I think some people are gonna get too wound up on it. And it's gonna hurt people's feelings. Stop it. Stop it. Again, we've become too soft. We've become too soft. If we cannot have an intellectual conversation without
They don't
you
have one.
getting your feelings hurt or being intimidated by me by the fact that I am an intellectual Black woman, you are not an intellectual. Racists are not intellectual. People who want to just live by a stereotype, by microaggressions, you're not an intellectual, babe.
Yes.
And we won't ever be able to have a conversation because you just can't see past the fact that I'm a Black woman. Like, that's sickening. And so the fact that I have to turn my head and see another Black woman bash another Black woman.
Ooh.
We don't do Kamala slander.
No.
And I don't even,
Not
and
in
that's the
this
thing.
house, not in this
People,
studio.
people gonna be like, oh, but she not even in your organization, and playing it as like small as that.
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care, girl. Because at the end of the day, she was one of the main people standing up for us. She was gonna make it happen. And y'all talking about I just don't think. No, her whole thing was just like she doesn't really feel comfortable with like non-traditional leaders, which are female leaders in power. So I'm like, okay, girl. So then why are you in school?
I said, but you are a woman, right?
Why are you having?
Why you
your
ain't gonna get a husband at
parents-
18 or 16?
Why are you having your parents pay $100,000 a year just for you to go here?
Points fired. Shots fired, I meant.
Talk about I'm just more conservative, traditional girl.
So this the same people that believe that there's a reason that Adam was created before Eve, and that there's a reason man is over woman. Okay. And on that note, thank y'all so much for a great show today. Be safe, y'all. Remember, your vote is your voice, and you are liberation.
And don't be outwardly racist if you want to be an intellectual.
Never. It's your boy Malcolm,
It's Morgan.
It's your boy Leo.
and we are
The Black View.